Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for August the 1st through the 7th, 2016. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and to really focus within to that place of profound love that exists within us. And just allow yourself to, with the breath, release anything that is on your mind and that would interrupt that frequency of love that is sending signals to encourage you, to help you to feel connected to your inner knowing and your truth and the abundance that you feel nurtured by. They're just giving me a sense already that it's very easy for us to get distracted away from the things that nurture us, possibly because of outer influences or the need to be validated by those around us, like our loved ones and our family. We seek their approval. And when we don't get it, we allow it to have power over the strength of the love that you feel in your heart about what it is that you feel passionate about. And so they really want you to not allow anything outside of yourself to have that kind of power over you or influence. Especially to get this sense of really trying to tell me strongly to influence how you feel. And they're saying that this is going to be a big pill for you to swallow, and it's really going to determine your growth. And that it's also, again, what is really at the center of your ascension process is recognizing that the relationships that your heart fashions for you in all forms is the only validation that you need. And in order to strengthen that connection, you need to put it first. So they're just giving me a sense that this is going to be a time of great clarity for you as you begin to take steps that you will begin to see as you follow your heart, that you just start to attract sort of everything that I'm just seeing a lot of beings gather around you, and they wrote the letter G in this moment, just giving me a sense of good, a lot of good things just kind of gathering around you. Okay, maybe it's just a symbol for many things. Gather, and so healing, gold, as I'm seeing. So know that if you're trying to heal something in your life, that love is sort of like the sun itself. It's the law of love is love feeds your desires and your dreams, like the sun gives light and causes things to grow. And so your love is this same idea. It's like a shining sun within a galaxy, and everything around it is orbiting around it and is being fed by it. So let it writing bucks. And it reminded me of this saying that they were sent to me yesterday when I was just walking. Money is no object is true because within itself, money has no point of attraction because it's not, doesn't have a human, it doesn't have your soul's vibration. Where you focus the joy, the love is the object of your what you are attracting. So they wanted to help me understand once again that money is no object, meaning if you are reaching outside of yourself and trying to make your goal through the money as if it's going to do something for you, and it's like creating a false idol, because the only truth is within you, and it's within that love. You see, the love within you is life giving and life attracting and life affirming and dream making. You see, so this is going to be really important for you. And as these weeks move forward, and as we've been talking about, this ascension process moving upon us very rapidly, as they're writing now, and they're even saying even faster. These are the areas. So all the things are wonderful, and we're here for that, to experience that. But we're here to know that through the light, the light of your own love, you see. And that's the shift. That's the healing that is taking place in this shift into those higher states of consciousness. We're now able, as some people call it, veils thinning. As this happens between our dimensions and those higher dimensions, this is giving us access to those states of consciousness wherein those subjects of life that exist infinitely and that are always expanding, meaning as in being updated, like in a news feed on your social media networks. So they're always being updated, and each dimension, as they've helped me to understand, represents an infinite library of topics that are constantly being updated, but that dimension holds a general level of awareness, and each one is it begins another expanded level of awareness of those library of topics. And so I believe that we have always had some ability to tap into, depending on how much we are allowing, how much of the vortex of who we are, the culmination of all that is, the words, but the feeling is so clear that they're writing the word better. How much you are able to allow the best of yourself to come through, that you can sort of, those states of consciousness, access them at those various points where you have more of a facility to allow, the ability to allow that to happen. So just be aware. But these things that we're talking about right now, this is not the outer, but we're starting from the core, because these core lessons of the shift is where you need to put your focus and and your appreciation and your gratitude. They're trying to build from the inside out, because that's what they're writing right now, successful. That's what's going to make you successful, in the ways that acknowledge your true purpose and the one that your soul has fashioned for you. And then those things that occur for you these new abundant surprises, things that I believe that will be beyond your imagination, will be the reflection of that which you're allowing yourself to be at your most free, your experience your most freedom yet. Okay, so this is really, really an amazing time for all of us. And I've been saying it a lot, and it's been coming through a lot from the angels and our source consciousness, that as you're feeling led to take steps, and you put yourself out there, and then all of a sudden, when you feel confused, or you feel like you don't know where you are, everything feels unfamiliar, that this is the best sign of hope that you could ever expect to receive from the universe, because it's letting you know that for the first time you are a witness to your own freedom and independence from the past. You're no longer needing or drawing upon the old paradigm in order to live in the moment. And it means that you're actually exercising your free license to create your reality as your heart is leading you. So let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of this week. And we have the Archangel Oracle cards. Okay, so it's the Archangel Jeremiel again this week, but a different card. And the card says, "All is well." And the message on the bottom of the card is, "Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings you will soon understand." So, again, and he looks like the golden sun, right? And it's got sort of looks like a Milky Way spiraling around him. So wherever you are right now, the feeling I get is, wherever you feel you've landed, you are right where you're supposed to be, no matter what it looks like. Okay? Even if it feels like it's just spinning and you don't feel like you're going in anywhere particular that you had planned. Emphasis on that. That it sounds like past tense. So the thing is that your plans are constantly evolving, as the universe and everything in it never stands still, but it's always, as you can see in the background of Archangel Jeremiel's card, always spinning, always turning, always evolving, growing. But you are safe. You are most safe when you're in this place where you are not quite sure what's next. You shouldn't have it all figured out, because the universe is constantly updating according to your heart. Every experience, every moment that you breathe, your heart is desiring more. And therefore, the changes that would incur should be updating with you, and then therefore updating your experiences and your reality. And when you're standing there in that, and you don't feel like you have that clarity, that's because you're not keeping up with the updates. And that's what change is. So change is really absolutely normal. It's not normal, actually, for us to always want to have everything planned out and have some idea of what's going on, because that actually, or have expectations even, because that actually slows down, and that means you're not reading the news feed, and you've gotten stuck on something in the past, and you're not constantly keeping up with the updates of your heart. And it causes you to then see the lack as they're writing, because everything else is moving so much faster, you're not keeping up with it, but it's not what you were expecting to happen in the moment. Like, it's like you arrived with a plan of what the moment was going to look like. When it doesn't, all you see is that you don't see what you wanted, and that you create lack for yourself because you're not keeping up with what is occurring inside of your heart. When you're not consciously making decisions, your heart is based on what you are living. Whether you are choosing to be an experience and be present in that experience that you want or one that you don't want, your heart is making decisions and choices. And you feel them, but we have learned to override them because we get so preoccupied with something that really we shouldn't hold on to, but we should appreciate the inspiration of it. And if it's strong enough, go with it. But when something comes up that guides us on that path that we're on, go with it. Keep going. Don't stop and then start deliberating and trying to figure out how you're going to make it happen when the universe is continuously going and giving you new impulses of desire that are the updates of what you are actually trying to do, and you are not noticing it, you see. So this will be very important. And as you move forward in this new paradigm, this is the picture, the big picture that they want you to get, so that you worry less when, and only reason you're worrying is because you're not keeping up with the updates in your heart, the desires, the choices, the questions and the answers that come. And whenever you have a question in your heart, and that can just come some in a way that you don't even realize it, but your heart answers it at the same time. And then if it's the stronger or clearer that answer is to you, then and so that means that's the best choice for you to then pursue. If you don't feel right about something, don't worry about it. It means it's probably not what you should be doing right now, because the things that do come to you clearly is what you're supposed to do in order for that to become clearer. But what we tend to do is get stuck, right? And then I don't understand this, but here's something coming up. I do understand that, but I gotta figure this out, because we think that we have to fix problems. We have to find the answers. And answers don't need to be found. They come in the universe in which you live, from the perspective of the soul, of your heart. Answers are gifts from God, not something you have to work for. Another big picture moment, okay, they're indicating. And they're writing the word Saturday. So something that they did this before I started. So something along these terms, in terms of an answer or a solution, some gift from heaven is going to come through for you on Saturday that's going to make you feel a whole lot better. Those of you who still not just feeling good enough or better enough is what they actually, I heard them say. Okay? So let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Let me just adjust the camera here. And see. Oh, wow. The beginning of the week is the Princess of Autumn, which is the page. And they had mentioned a page coming up for this reading. So the Princess of Page, I love this, the Princess of Autumn, which would be the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. I love this card every time it comes up, because this card shows, and what I'm hearing right now is that, well, first let me say this. This card shows how well you are able to facilitate things better than you realize. Okay, it's almost like, look how the book is just floating and the coins are floating from her. You have a way that you um, make things look easy to others, but you tend to doubt yourself and your own abilities. And so this is about a skill, I feel. And it may be a new skill, since this is a page, which is usually someone young, but pages can also represent something emerging. So this may be a new skill that's emerging within you, or new development within something that you've been doing for a long time. And yet, you may not feel like you are up for this. Okay? Now, the card says happy news about a career, about your career promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. See, there's something that you are not quite convinced. Okay? And that's because, as the card says, you're a little bit too sensitive in terms of your responsibilities, what they really want me to focus on here. You tend to you approach things in a very academic way, and that makes you really good and more than prepared than you need to be, but you don't have the confidence sometimes that you should, because you expect a lot from others and you expect a lot from yourself. You put that same responsibility on yourself, yet, and that's what makes you so good at what you do. But don't worry, is, here I'm being pointed back to this card. All is well. You are where you need to be. This is exactly what you need to take you to where you would like to be, and where it's going to be the best for you. This is something that's going to lead, the sense I get, to, it's going to be very nurturing for you. It's going to lead you to a dream you didn't even realize was a dream that was possible for you. So don't worry about your abilities here to manage, to take on a little bit more responsibility. You're ready. You're maturing in your experience and your skills and your talents. You're right at this point right now. Even if you've been doing something a long time, a new breakthrough. You're about to break a ceiling. Okay, in your and your abilities. So go for this, okay? And the universe is trying to give you a little nudge right now, a little push, okay? And of course, because this is the Prince of Autumn, that means that there's going to be some kind of financial reward in this as well. But that financial reward is really going to be because of the sun in your heart, the sun of your love, if you will, is just going to radiate so much brilliance of who you are, that so that others can see it. It will attract to you all of the commendations and rewards and possibilities for new forms of leadership that down the road. So act without delay. Let me just tune in and just see if there's any additional messages here. And what they're kind of showing me is a movie screen, which is always my symbol for the big picture. And it looks like a mushroom and a tree. And the mushroom represents abundance for me, and the tree represents consciousness, your higher consciousness. And that's weird. They just wrote the word Exynos, like in the mobile devices, the I forgot the chip. So there's something about accelerated speeds and enhanced software. So this situation is going to enhance. Not only it's going to enhance your consciousness, because the third eye also appeared in the branches of the tree, which represents to me the source consciousness, and it's going to represent also um, something with the your material wealth as well as going to expand, and things are going to become a lot easier for you, and some of the that lack is going to shift out. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Oh, we had this card in the middle of one of our daily card messages last week, and this is just confirming. This is one of those good news cards. Time to celebrate. It says announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish. So this card is just really one of the first things that when I look at this card I love about it is the little brook that is flowing the rapidly, the movement, and this is about just going with the flow right now. That joy and abundance is pouring out to you, and even don't worry about the little boulders and things that may be obstruct the path or in some way. You're just gonna just go around that, and your role is to just be happy, to be ecstatic even is what I'm hearing, and let yourself don't start criticizing or going into a critical place or a place of worry about this good news. Just enjoy it. Live a little. Don't hold back. Don't start getting in your head and thinking about am I ready for this. No, just enjoy the feeling sensation, because remember, that's your point of attraction. That's the object of money, and the things that you've been praying for to come into your life is when you allow your creativity, allow your heart, your passions, your joys to flow. So let it flow, go with it. Let the joy, if you allow yourself to embrace that joy, it will take you the path around those things. It will show you the path of least resistance around anything that could hinder you. You don't have, there's always a way. So don't just focus on the thing that's in your way. Pay attention to the way around it. Is what they're really saying. Let me just tune in and see if there's any additional messages about this card here. So they're just giving an indication. Another opportunity. They're saying you're safe. It's another opportunity for you to access abundance. God is coming through, and that means that He is handling this for you. He's writing the word I. That He's protecting you, and the earth. He wants you to know. They're also giving me a sense that something comes up in the news. Don't let that rob you of your joy is the other thing. And because he wrote earth and I again, and now I'm getting that he's letting you know he's handling this. He's watching over everything. He's watching over the earth as well. So if something comes up about something that's going on in the news about the earth, don't let that don't go into this whole fear thing about the end times. People really have to think a lot more about God in that way. He's not come to put us aside. He's come to prepare. So if when things break, then that means something else is going to come in its place. So don't let that frighten you. All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. Okay, and we have the Five of Autumn. And what I'm really hearing is about reaching out to others. Okay, so this card says reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for a career change, feeling challenged by money issues. But what I'm really getting a sense of is that this is a time now for you to, others may need to reach out to you for you to uplift them who are struggling with what's happening to them. That a lot of people are going through a lot of physical symptoms because of the ascension process. Some people are experiencing lack that is increasing because of their attention to it, and that you have an ability to help them and to uplift them, and they're really bringing this through very clear. Archangel Raguel is appearing, and he wants you to know, first of all, he wants, because he's showing me my symbol for being in your power, he wants you to stand in your power and be this beacon of light. Shine your light, shine your love, that sun, and help nurture others. So I get a sense that you're going to be called upon as a spiritual teacher over the weekend to be that light that helps others. You're going to be the answer, the gift that the answer will flow through. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the deck, and it's the release card. So it says, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. Okay, this is what's really going on right now. Look at her, the light is shining on her forehead. The mind, the perspective, the consciousness is shifting outdated information, okay, beliefs. So everything that's happening right now, no matter what it is in the world, no matter how disturbing it is, it's not happening for our ruin. It's happening so that we can make better choices. There's that word again, better. When I said it, it was just like, it's so much truth rings in that. Everything that's occurring right now is happening so that we can make better choices, and we will. So have no fear, but be present. Be very present so that you can be there to make those better choices, whether it's in voting or if it's in loving someone who has no one to love them, helping to uplift someone who has no one to uplift them, to share your talent with someone who doesn't have a guide to help them develop their talents. Shine your power. Your power is, and they're putting their hands over the ear, and they're telling me that that's you. They want you to listen, okay? They want you to listen to something. They want you to listen to. But I get a sense of clairaudience that they're speaking to you, and they want you to really listen and act on that guidance. I'm seeing ascended masters, especially Buddha, right now, and Kuan Yin. Listen to the love. They're helping you. They're showing me hearts in a pyramid. They're helping you to uplift through love. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And if you're looking for a reading, feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com. And also you can reach me through join us on Facebook, which you can find all of this in the description link below. Have a beautiful and powerful week, everyone. And God bless you all.